Most of these dating chads repeat quotes from golden age male space thinkers to impress younger audience who's probably never even heard of names like Zen Priest, Barbarossa, Stardust, or Spetsnaz. In truth, these salesmen come off as trying to game their male audience the same way they would a woman on a date. So why does this over-the-top cockiness work so well? Well, for one thing, it seems like tough love from a father. For one, the father missing from most men's lives, but also because a man was probably hurt emotionally to get to the point of listening to this guru. The cold and unfeeling approach of these alpha chads seems reassuring. That is, nice guys like me get hurt, but these guys seem immune. Another misnomer is that men apparently don't do personal. You see, we're objective. So there's no room for me and my experience. Now, I understand how this initial depersonalization worked in more primitive times, in more primitive tribes, so that we'd cut that umbilical cord to our mothers and become young men. But these prissy, manicured men are not the primal brutes of history. They are seeking female validation as their primary directive. Just listen to all their pillars of speech: money, physique, status, whatever. And why are all these things so important to the Chad coach? Well, because your problems with women will go away if you amass a lot of that kind of stuff that they're talking about. That's why it's a material suit of armor to tranquilize rabid females somehow. That is, you'll tame the savage female beast by being a high value, whatever they're telling you to be. And look, I realize it feels good as a man to serve, to do good, especially to those smaller, weaker, and in need. I've often said in videos that it's good and natural to experience these things, but there's very little quality control to be able to more safely do good for those who genuinely deserve it, and that are good people, man or woman. But especially deserving women, that is at the core of most men's problems that are following these channels. Most of these gurus' starting point is that all women are the same, and thus the only rational thing is to control your inevitable bad choices because they're all the same. Some of the ways these Chad coaches infer this is by the prize they show on their channels. They're all more or less the Kardashian crowd of women. They're simultaneously laughable, which makes the Chad or alpha feel better about his perceived control over her, but she's also dangerous, and not because you can outsmart her, but because she's the most irrational, labile, and unpredictable female out there. And she has the law on her side too. Frankly, the women that the macho dating community calls the prize are the most risky women you could ever want to meet. I actually agree with BassFizz's recent assessment that the methods that these Chad coaches teach you, like spinning plates and rotating women, sounds more like a gambling addict who can't control his impulses than a rational man. But of course, said Chad would laugh at me, responding, "Ha, human, you still believe that any woman will stay with you? You poor fool, she's never yours, it's just your turn," as the popular macho saying goes. Yeah, well, do me a favor. Next time you're out with your independent woman that you've got submitting to your frame, make sure that when someone asks you, "So who's this?" make sure you say something like, "This is Nancy," or something neutral like that. Make sure you depersonalize the relationship and make sure you feel nothing. And you don't say something like, "This is my girlfriend or my woman," because she's never yours, remember? She's temporary, right? And you don't complain when she does this or that because you're all dating from a distance, right? You're not after anything close, remember? Okay, so what's a wiser way, in my opinion, and you can take it or leave it, a wiser way to find a compatible woman? And compatible is the operative word here. Well, make it personal, gentlemen. I'll repeat that. Make it personal, which is the opposite of what the coaches teach you. They teach you impersonal. Stop looking for objective solutions to completely subjective issues, which is your love life, companionship, friendship. It's about your particular tastes, your particular music. Filter the decisions in your personal life through a wholly selfish and subjective lens. Do not use anyone and don't lie, sure, but be completely selfish because it's your life. Not the high-value male's life you want to act like, but yours. Turn up as you without all the Oprah BS, without the slick lines to game somebody. Just turn up as a friend and then you'll see if a compatible friend comes back at you on that date. And this way you know you're showing up honestly and expecting it in return, hopefully. Be open with her and pay attention to her language. Is she listening and responding honestly in real time, or is she spitting quotes at you like a rapper, like dating coaches do to impress you, to sell? I mean, why would you want to be with this person, right? If she's like that. Well, the pickup artist will point to one thing: she's hot. That's why. And that's all it boils down to, doesn't it? No, I have better things to do with my time. That's running out year by year, by the way, than to flush it down the drain with female strangers over and over again, like flicking through Netflix channels, one after the other. Dates that become ghosts week after week. I mean, if you guys have no hobbies aside from women, have fun. You got to do something, I guess. But just be honest about the time and effort you throw away with female strangers. I say just be yourself, man, the way you are in front of family and friends. And even if you can't be that relaxed at first, at least aim for something like who you are around that friend you get along with at work. Even if it's only 80% of you that you can be at home. But just relaxing and letting go of having to act. Oh man, the liberation, I tell you. Not needing to second guess whether your opinion is okay or you've offended somebody. Not needing the validation of strangers where you always feel like you need to walk on eggshells. In fact, here's my opinion. If you feel odd or out of place, it's probably your instinct screaming at you. It's feeling threatened because you're not around someone comfortable. If you feel nervous and insecure past the first meeting or so, then it's not romantic butterflies as people might tell you, where they'll say, oh, just keep going out with them and maybe it'll get better. Yeah, keep wasting your time with them and not trusting your instincts and not knowing what you feel. And yeah, keep not talking about the important, interesting personal things that could alleviate those odd feelings you might have for once and make it clear once and for all whether or not this person could be a friend. Do they have those qualities? And no more is this weird feeling more prominent than on dates that unfortunately become committed relationships for too many guys. Think about it. People get into relationships and change the course of their lives irrecoverably for the simple fact of the time they can never get back. You just waste so much time, you take yourself out of the pool. It's a world of nervous people who never self-reflected, committing to another simply because it's a situation where two well-behaved, lonely people don't want to be single anymore. And so you say to yourself, well, this person's better than the train wreck ex I had, or it's better than being alone. I'll just tolerate an uncomfortable, incompatible commitment to this holding pattern until I'm struck by lightning and someone wonderful's bestowed upon me, like winning the lottery. Until my unicorn shows up, as I keep my thoughts and virtues to myself, as I keep my mouth shut, my mind shut, and my life shut. Let's allow a polite representative to speak for me in this fake commitment. And then you get annoyed at the other person that they don't really see the real you. Oh, women don't love me. They only love what I can do for them. Well, don't do it for them unless they can actually like you. And the only way they might, because I know what women are like, is only doing things for those you interact with genuinely and those that respect you in that interaction. You, not the act, not your pompous stage show. And I've been there, so I'm sympathetic to you guys who have failed at this too. But you'll look back on years of trying to act like a real man should act in order to entertain simply female strangers. And you'll kick yourself. No, you know it and I know it. It's far, far better to have this sovereignty of your own relaxed life than to keep juggling and trying to impress a queen that probably holds contempt for you. You'd probably be embarrassed to even introduce her to your friends anyway. You'll be one of those guys that ask your friends at parties, so what do you think of her? What do you think of my new girlfriend? And your buddy will look at you oddly and say, I don't know, as long as you like her, man. She seems nice. But you'll be thinking about what people said or didn't say or may think. You'll be thinking about the pickup way you got her and the way you probably still have to act to keep her, and it'll be haunting you because you know something's wrong there. Gentlemen, winning in life is not as important as how you won. That matters the most. I hope that was something to think about, guys, and I wish you well. Share this video with someone you think might benefit from it. Hit the subscribe button and donate if you feel like saying thank you. I really appreciate it. Cheers, guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Later. Bye. Oh, one more thing. I won't be doing a live stream this weekend because I can't. I have a family obligation. But I will mimic the live stream in some way by doing a recorded Q&A of some really, really interesting and astute comments under my recent videos. So it'll be a stream, but not live, if you kind of know what I mean. So I'll schedule that same time, Sunday morning my time. I'll see you soon, guys. Bye.